Hey, I have an idea. How about I make a video entirely about obscure art movies? Wait, come back. That's not why you're here. Oh no, I know exactly what you want. To watch me review obscure kids movies. 2000s kids movies were weird. And I don't mean that as a negative subjective adjective. The decade marked a significant number of kiddie films that took risks and embraced the strange. No longer about Disney princesses. How about a talking chicken dealing with aliens and abusive adults? Or epic adventures with original languages and mass murder? Or Robert Rodriguez being Robert Rodriguez? Most of these movies, and cartoons for that matter, were absolute fever dreams. Many of them succeeded while others simply forgotten. But where does the film Arthur and the Invisibles stand? Better known by its original name, Arthur and the Minimoids. Minimoids? Niminoids? Niminosis? Based on the children's book of the same name, the film was directed by acclaimed French filmmaker Luc Besson, did I get that right? Famous for being the writer of the Liam Neeson classic Taken, the director of the cult hit The Fifth Element, and his autobiographical film, Leon the Professional. Suffice it to say, you wouldn't think a guy like him would direct a kids movie, especially given the fact that he's French. They're eccentric over there. But he did, and released this animated picture in 2006 to modest success. I never watched the movie, but I do remember seeing the poster in my local theater as a kid. There was something strangely intriguing about it, but also because it looked absolutely creepy. So at last, I finally get to dive into my subconsciously buried memories and gave it a watch. Is Arthur and the Night Terrors a hidden gem of entertainment, or is it just 90 minutes of unintentional nightmare fuel? Grab your popcorn and blood-damaging candy and weight-destroying soda as we sit back and watch Arthur and the Invisibles. And don't worry, you can see them.
My name is Archibald. It's in the heart of Africa that our story begins. Well, this is not Africa, this is Connecticut.
1 minute in, and the movie already lies to us. Amazing. This story can't be called Arthur and the Unseeable without our titular character. The little man from Elwood City is played by Charlie and the Chocolate Factory actor Freddie Highmore, who's living with his grandma, played by Mia Farrow, in a picturesque farmhouse sitting close to a whimsical, happy-go-lucky 50s town. Is it the 1950s? Arthur goes off on his own to get groceries while his grandma mingles in the drug trade.
By letting me participate, nothing could make me happier.
And after that enchanting experience, we have another whimsical moment with Arthur building a homemade water irrigation system made of straw that can pump CGI water.
Congratulations! It's a remarkable invention. Oh, go down in here.
Why does the dog look so serious? Look at it. He looks like he's been through Vietnam. But what exactly is making Arthur so happy-go-lucky all day? Well, it's because he's obsessed with Grandpa's antiques and diary chronicling his Dora Explorer-style African adventures, the most interesting of all being the discovery of magical tiny people called the Minimoids.
Who's this?
This is the Princess Selenia. She's beautiful.
Would you like to be alone with Grandpa's diary, Arthur? To make this ever more golly jeepers good, it happens to be Arthur's birthday. Everything's just so wonderful, you'd think this was the best day ever. Well, not quite. Arthur's parents are away during his birthday, and his grandpa, Archibald, has been gone for 3 years.
We miss you, Archibald. We really do.
Just when you thought this couldn't get any worse, Grandma has to deal with the IRS.
I will be under the obligation to evict you from this property, whether your laundry's dry or not. No! You should hang him.
Thus far, the story's off to a decent start. I don't mean the eviction, that sucks. What I mean is, things are looking good for the movie. The acting is pretty good, the cinematography's nice, and you can feel the excitement and emotional disappointment weighing down on Arthur. Until the supernatural happens. After taking out his frustrations, Arthur goes back to his grandfather's room and remembers the Minimoids and how they were attacked by the evil leader called Maltazar, also known as the Evil M. While Grandma is dealing with the stress of adulthood, Arthur finds out his grandpa had hidden away a secret message.
The heavy task of accomplishing my mission now falls to you. If you accept it, that is.
I accept, Grandpa.
I knew you would.
But in order to find a key, you have to go to my personal gaming room. Yes, my grandson, I know you play down there. Now, the key is in a special place. The Genshin Impact body pillow. That's my boy. Arthur narrowly retrieves the keys via fishing hook, but accidentally spills one of Grandma's bottles in her drinking water. After overdosing Grandma, Arthur realizes he has no parental overwatch and goes Grand Theft Auto with the family car. He gathers up all of his belongings in preparation for his satanic ritual, but not before meeting
Arthur,
Yeah.
Follow me.
I'm not questioning anything, why should you?
It'd be the best choice to combat Evil M.
Malthazar.
Never speak that name. It brings bad luck.
Just like VTubers, never say their real names. With the power of the sun, Arthur opens a portal from hell and finds a tiny hellspawn named or Beta for short.
They will lead you to the 7 kingdoms.
Whoa. Not only are the Minimoids living in Arthur's backyard, but there's also 7 kingdoms? Kind of awesome and silly to know there's a great epic war happening one summer day. Arthur shrinks down into size and falls into the telescope, which makes him go through a matrix transformation. We are now entering the animated parts of the movie, no longer bound by flesh and blood. Look at it. These character designs are horrifying. They look so lifeless, especially how they stare dead into the camera. They look like trolls. No, not those trolls. The trolls with the spiky hair and big bulging eyes. But you know what? I can tolerate this. Yes, I said it because we haven't seen the rest of the plot yet. It might be good. Maybe. Now the size of a tampon and the face of a Kingdom Hearts character, Arthur and his comedic sidekick Beta enter the city of the Minimoids, led by the king, voiced by Robert De Niro, and his butt-crack daughter, Princess Selena, voiced by... Madonna? How the hell did they get Madonna, of all people, to star in this movie?
Well, young man, we're all ears.
Literally, all ears. Of course, it can't be a fantasy adventure without a magic sword, but before that can be done, the land of the Minimoids gets attacked by the Evil M's minions, the Mosquitoes, who, unlike the Minimoids, look frickin' awesome. At least with their helmets on. A long drawn-out fight scene ensues. Arthur pulls the sword from the stone, get it, and is automatically a badass with it.
Well done, Arthur.
Who the hell are you? The battle is won, and Arthur learns his grandfather is being held by the evil Malthazar. Together with the beta male and Princess Selena, Arthur sets off to find him. Now the movie has become a typical fantasy adventure, hitting every note in the book of fantasy tropes. A young man teleported to a magical world, a magic sword that never comes up again, a rebellious princess, an evil empire, and the whole thing is a hero's journey. Look, some would say that's a problem for fantasy to rely on cliches, but it isn't inherently wrong to have them. The best thing you can do is try something new with them. But I think Arthur and the Invisibles isn't breaking any ground on that department.
Whistler, nothing in there to cut off your tongue by any chance?
Why is Princess Selena such a jerk? She just bickers with Beta and Arthur all throughout and makes her so unlikable. You might say she's just stressed out about inheriting the throne, but the movie doesn't suggest that.
Do something, Arthur! Get us out of this! It looks like you two are gonna have to get me out of this!
Yeah, you can tell something feels off with the movie. No, I'm not just talking about the uncanniness, I meant how it is paced. The film moves on a hair's pace. We go through a drawn-out fight scene, then we go through a quick goodbye, then we get involved in yet another action sequence after a minute-long comedic scene. Not only that, but the dialogue feels off too. The characters cut each other off constantly and interact like they're having a fast-talking contest.
What are we gonna do, Selenia?
I'm gonna spoil
The court part ain't them. We don't need that. Far too arrogant to be able to feed the sword. You know you are.
Enough!
It sounds like they increased the speed of the movie by 1.5. And on top of all that, it keeps cutting back to the live-action parts where Arthur's parents come home and discover Grandma's decaying corpse.
Hey! Ow!
Arthur, what the hell? Are you an anime protagonist or something? Speaking of age-questionable characters, despite her rude behavior and Arthur stealing her chest string, it's high time for Arthur and the Invisibles to have the hero fall in love with a princess. Typical, but here it comes across as creepy.
Are you really gonna be 1,000 years old?
Yeah.
But to have children, you need a husband. Were you a little girl like me?
What?
Dragonfly eggs.
Hey!
If you have a low attention span like I do, you'll notice the mocap arms in the movie are way too expressive. Everyone's moving like they have ADHD. Seriously, imagine talking like a character in Arthur and the Invisibles throughout the day. Try it out. As they continue on foot, Arthur and the Dirty Duo find Arthur's homemade water irrigation system being used for the benefit of the Evil M's army. Clearly as an allegory for the dangers of industrialization destroying both the environment and the Minimoid culture. Did I just try to intellectualize Arthur and the Invisibles? I'm afraid I did. Random interesting tidbit, there are different versions of the movie. I'm watching the original version, but there's also a Weinstein cut, which removes several scenes and adds even more celebrity voices, like Jimmy Fallon, Jason Bateman, and Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle. Gosh, this movie has an insane voice cast. They're sadly absent in the original, but the people they got, like Madonna, are still impressive. Who else is in this movie?
It's the best jackpot in town, baby. Yep, and mega discreet, like you say.
Snoop Dogg? Why is Snoop Dogg of all people in this movie? And who is this character he's playing anyway? Is he a Minimoid? A servant of the evil M? Why does his fingers look like macaroni?
What's a good-looking kid like you doing in front of an empty glass?
What?
I like your sense of humor, kid. I can tell you we're gonna get along just fine.
What?
Where do I sign?
Anywhere you like, kid.
What? Well, after that disturbing scene, Snoop Dogg's party gets interrupted by the evil M's right-hand man, Darko. No, not that Darko. Another problem I have with the movie are the villains. They are not coherent whatsoever. They have great designs and start off intimidating, but immediately become goofy. I don't mind comedic villains, but the opening has been building them up as these fearful, nefarious, bloodthirsty predators. But instead, they're nothing but clowns. By the way, are the mosquitoes supposed to be minimoids? Do they have agency? Why do I care? You know what? Let's check back on Arthur's parents.
How the... Black.
This is where our paths separate, Arthur. I have to deal with this alone.
No, you won't. Have you ever played Dungeons & Dragons? Never split the party.
Congratulations, Arthur. It was a wonderful wedding.
At last, Selina comes face to face with the evil Maltazar. Come on, we're at the final third, so it's safe to say his full name. Selina meets Maltazar, voiced by... Man, whoever cast this film is gonna give me a heart attack. David Bowie, voicing the evil M, aka Maltazar, who looks like the Viceroy from The Phantom Menace, chews up the scene with Madonna, who voices Princess Selina, aka a statutory rape.
Before the diseases and bewitchments which I'd encountered during my voyage began to disfigure my body.
The version recorded in history books is slightly different. You began keeping company with the worst kind of insects, even poisonous ones.
I was drunk.
So drunkenness is the reason why he turned evil?
Only the very first kiss of a princess has the power.
I know.
Your information is a little out of date.
Wait, that kiss she gave to Arthur earlier wasn't sincere, but was a political move against Maltazar? Is there any more evidence you need to show how horrible Princess Selina is? And so our heroes are thrown in jail and find Arthur's grandfather, Archibald, still alive and as uncanny as the rest of them. They're forced to go through the pipes while Maltazar prepares to flood the Minimoid kingdom with water. This is supposed to be the all is lost moment in our story, but it's too upbeat to feel any dread.
A miracle.
A miracle?
Where? Right here, Grandpa. You're sitting on it. Look. Come and give me a hand.
Wait a minute, how did Arthur know his toy car was in the drainage pipe? He didn't see the sleazy businessman kick it down the drain.
Deja vu, I just been in this place before. Higher on the street and I know it's better.
And so Arthur and his friends make it back to the Minimoid city and seal the gate. Now with his grandpa, Arthur bids his friends farewell. Judging from the triumphant music, you'd think this is the end of the movie, right? Well, no, we still have Maltazar to worry about. But thanks to a double agent in the form of a little mole, Arthur throws a ball down the pipe and destroys Maltazar's army, forcing him to flee. With his grandfather back home, and thanks to the jewels Arthur took from Maltazar, his family pays off all the debt. Until the buyer guns them all down and steals the jewels for himself. Just kidding, the tribesmen kill him first. Hooray! The day is officially saved. Arthur, his family, the tribesmen, and the police officers all gather around the dinner table for a big feast, and Arthur finishes the day with underage trauma.
I need 10 more moons, Selenia.
I will wait for you.
And that's Arthur and the Invisibles. Interesting how they left the movie with Maltazar escaping. It makes the ending a little anticlimactic. Like, were they really expecting this movie to have Oh. So, what do I think? I'm not making a joke. I really have no clue what to make of this movie. It's cliched, but nothing dreadful. The animation is unnerving, but not quite unwatchable. There were many questionable scenes, but they all will probably pass over children's heads. I would positively say, if you're looking to kill time or something to occupy children one movie night, then I think Arthur and the Invisibles will tidy them over and potentially ignite a fascination in fantasy. Just make sure they don't ask questions over the awkwardness. Oh, and don't forget to teach them the important lesson of the movie. Remember, kids, never ever say the M-word.
And get along with each other. What a wonderful kind of day. What a wonderful kind of day. I am a surgeon. I am a surgeon! I am a surgeon! I am a surgeon!